Destiny was born into a poor family in a small village in Nsukka, Enugu State. Life in the village was simple, but it was not easy. Destiny's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Festus, were hardworking farmers. They grew cassava, maize, and vegetables on their small piece of land. Though they didn't have much, they were content and found joy in the little things, like storytelling under the moonlight and sharing meals together. Destiny was the eldest of 4 children, and from an early age, she knew the meaning of responsibility. She helped her parents on the farm, fetched water from the stream, and cared for her younger siblings. Even though life was tough, Destiny loved school. She was bright and curious, always eager to learn. Her parents, despite their struggles, made sure she went to school. They believed education was the key to a better life, and they dreamed of a brighter future for her. But when Destiny was just 15 years old, tragedy struck. One rainy season, her parents fell ill. It started as a fever, but it quickly worsened. In the village, there was no hospital nearby, and the small clinic lacked the medicine to treat them. Within weeks, both her parents passed away, leaving Destiny and her siblings to fend for themselves. The pain of losing her parents was unbearable, but Destiny knew she had to be strong for her family. As the eldest, she became both mother and father to her younger siblings. Life became even harder after her parents' death. Relatives helped where they could, but they also had their own families to care for. Destiny knew she couldn't depend on anyone but herself. She decided to take charge of her life and her siblings' future. She continued going to school during the day and worked in the evenings to make ends meet. Her first hustle was selling fruits. She would buy oranges, mangoes, and bananas from local farmers and sell them by the roadside after school. Destiny's fruit stall became her lifeline. Every morning, before the sun rose, she would walk to the market to buy fresh fruits. She bargained hard with the sellers, making sure she got good prices. Then, she carried the heavy baskets back to the village, set up her stall, and began selling. The money she earned went toward her siblings' school fees, feeding the family, and saving for her own education. It was exhausting work, but Destiny didn't complain. She was determined to succeed. The road wasn't smooth. There were days when business was slow, and she would return home with unsold fruits and barely enough money to eat. There were also times when the rains came suddenly, soaking her fruits and ruining her sales for the day. But Destiny was resilient. She found ways to adapt. When the rains were heavy, she moved her store to a busier part of town under a shelter. On days when she had extra fruits, she started making fresh fruit juice to sell to customers. Her creativity and hard work began to pay off. Despite her struggles, Destiny excelled in school. She was always at the top of her class, and her teachers admired her dedication. They knew about her hardships and often encouraged her, sometimes giving her books or waiving fees when they could. Destiny's dream was to attend university, but she knew it would take more than just good grades. She needed money, and lots of it. So she worked even harder, saving every naira she could. When Destiny finished secondary school, she applied to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. She was thrilled when she got accepted to study business administration. But the joy was short-lived because she realized she didn't have enough money for tuition and other expenses. Undeterred, Destiny decided to expand her fruit business. She began waking up earlier, traveling to bigger markets to get better deals on fruits, and selling to shops and restaurants in addition to her roadside store. She also started making small snacks like chin-chin and puff-puff to sell alongside her fruits. Balancing work and university life was a new challenge for Destiny. During the day, she attended lectures, took notes, and studied hard. In the evenings, she worked tirelessly, delivering fruits and snacks to customers. She barely had time to rest, but she kept pushing. Her lecturers noticed her determination and often used her as an example to inspire other students. Some of her classmates, who knew about her struggles, even supported her by buying fruits from her. As the semesters passed, Destiny faced more challenges. There were times when she couldn't afford textbooks, so she borrowed from friends or went to the library to copy pages by hand. During exams, she sometimes studied by candlelight because there was no electricity in her tiny rented room. But Destiny never gave up. She believed that every struggle was a step toward a brighter future. By her third year in university, Destiny's business began to grow. She added more products like groundnuts, roasted corn, and Zobo drinks. She also built a network of loyal customers who trusted her for quality and reliability. Some days, she even managed to save enough money to send a little extra back to her siblings in the village. Her younger siblings, inspired by her hard work, also took their studies seriously. They wrote letters to her often, telling her how proud they were of her. In her final year, Destiny faced her biggest test yet. A fire broke out in the market where she got her fruits, and many of the farmers lost their produce. With supplies scarce and prices rising, Destiny struggled to keep her business afloat. For weeks, she couldn't sell enough to cover her expenses. She thought about giving up, but her determination wouldn't let her. Instead, she started looking for new suppliers in neighboring towns. It meant traveling longer distances and spending more money on transport, but Destiny was willing to do whatever it took to survive. Eventually, Destiny graduated from university with honors. The day she walked across the stage to collect her degree was one of the happiest moments of her life. She thought about her parents and wished they could see her, but she knew they would be proud. After graduation, Destiny didn't stop hustling. She used her knowledge from school to grow her business further, turning it into a full-fledged fruit and snack company. She also started mentoring young girls in her village, teaching them how to work hard and believe in themselves. Destiny's story became an inspiration in Enugu and beyond. People admired her strength and perseverance, and she was often invited to speak at events to share her journey. Despite her success, Destiny remained humble and never forgot where she came from. She continued to support her siblings, helping them finish school and pursue their own dreams. Through all her struggles and triumphs, Destiny proved that no matter how tough life gets, hard work and determination can open doors to a brighter future. She was a shining example of resilience, showing that even from humble beginnings, greatness is possible. Her story became a source of hope for many young Nigerians, a reminder that with determination and faith, the impossible can become reality.